Good afternoon. Can you please allow me to share my video?
Yes, you can share
Okay,
your presentation.
thank you. I'm not able to share my video. It says that the moderator interrupted my video.
Sorry.
Can you allow me?
Okay, I will see.
Thank you. Okay. Nice.
Okay.
I like to see people.
Yeah.
And I like people to see me.
Of course.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to greet especially our moderator. I'm seeing many Portuguese names in the participants, so I don't know if they are Portuguese or Brazilian. So I want to greet them if they are Portuguese. It's a pity not to be in Dubrovnik. I know Dubrovnik very well. It's a magnificent place, and I hope next year, without any new outbreak of any acute disease, we could be together in Dubrovnik next year. My name is Romeu. I'm a medical doctor. I work in primary health care. I teach and I research. So I will share with you my screen. Okay. So this little study, this is a case study on an outdoor green park. Was a partnership between my primary healthcare center, my university, a research center, and the Vila Real municipality. We all know that physical activity is a major risk factor, in this case inactivity, for most of the non-communicable diseases like type 2 diabetes, cancer, strokes, and heart disease, cardiovascular disease. And now we have very good scientific evidence that tell us that physical activity or exercise or even sports can be used as a therapy in more than 26 chronic diseases. And in fact, physical activity is a key issue on the World Health Organization Global Action Plan for the control of non-communicable diseases. We have a huge problem with physical inactivity in Portugal, as you can see in the slides. We are on the top 3 of people who never play sports or exercise, and we are also on the top 3 when we ask people if they engage in other type of physical activity like walking, cycling, or gardening, or dancing. And when we look to the preferences of our citizens, Portuguese citizens, we can see they prefer outdoor to exercise in outdoor parks in relating to other contexts to promote physical activity. In fact, outdoor parks are one of the contexts, one of the community infrastructures that the World Health Organization advocates for people to promote, people in city councils to promote physical activity at municipal level. And in our municipality, we have a very beautiful outdoor green park. We call it the Corgo Park, the Parque do Corgo. We all know that to prescribe or to promote or in order to monitor physical activity, in this case, in my patients, I could prescribe by time. I could advocate for a minimum 150 minutes of physical activity of moderate intensity. But we also know that walking at self-selected pace is not a moderate intensity physical activity for most of the middle-aged and older people. So we have to have another tool in order to monitor if people are accomplishing or not the minimum dose that is recommended by the World Health Organization. So instead of the exercise intensity, we can advocate for at least 1,000 calories of energy expenditure per week. So this was a study case, a very simple case. We aim to analyze the energy expenditure of this Corgo Park, the walking circuit in Vila Real, Portugal. So Vila Real is a small city town in the north of Portugal. We have a very beautiful outdoor green park with a 5 kilometers walking circuit. And this park crosses the Corgo River. That's why it's called Corgo Park. And it's full of people every day and most of the months all year around. So we invited 15 females and 14 males to this study in order to assess the energy expenditure. They were mostly middle-aged and older people between 45 and 65 years old. Most of them are overweight, non-smokers, without any contraindication to exercise practice. And because we are going to use heart rate in order to estimate the energy expended, none of these participants is under bradykardizers medications. So we ask them to fill the 5 kilometers walking circuit at their self-selected space in order to be a sort of brisk walking pace. So to assess energy expenditure, we use one of the best heart monitors in the market. This is a polar heart rate monitor, the RS800CX. It has one of the best predictive equations of the energy expenditure in the market. And parallelly, in order to assess the self-selected exercise intensity, we use the board scale of responsive exertion from the original one, this is in Portuguese, from 6 to 20 points. So in several points of the walking circuit, we asked the participants that are walking, how many points do you give to your self-perceived intensity? So most of the patients average, they completed the 5 kilometer circuits in 53 minutes. We found significant differences between men and women. So men walk fastly than women. Men walk almost 6 kilometers per hour, and female walk at 5.4 kilometers per hour. Also with significant differences between males and females. Regarding to exercise intensity, as I told you on the introduction, walking at self-selected pace for middle-aged and older person is not a moderate intensity exercise, and they reported an average of almost 10 in the board scale that we know this corresponds to light intensity exercise. The main outcome of our study is the energy expenditure. So according to the heart rate, each person can burn 4.36 kilocalories per kilo of body weight. So this is that we didn't find any differences between male and female. So we can expect that the patient with an average of 70 kilos is expected to burn around 305 calories just walking one lap to the 5 kilometers walking circuit of the Corgo Park outdoor green park. So we can conclude that this is an effective and light intensity exercise dose that in order to accomplish with the minimum dose recommended to tackle non-communicable diseases by the World Health Organization, we are not using the minutes because the 150 minutes are related to moderate intensity. We are using the 1,000 kilocalories burned per week. So this dose must be prescribed to 3 to 4 times per week, depending on the people's weight. These results allow us to build a flyer, and on this flyer, I know this is in Portuguese, this flyer has a table when the patient can look to the energy expenditure that is expected to their body weight, and now in Vila Real, medical doctors can deliver to the patients this flyer in order to promote the walking circuit of the Parque do Corgo outdoor green park in Portugal. This is it. Thank you. Any question?
Thank you, Professor Mendes. It's very great example how to put science into practice. Do we have questions? If not, I have one question for you, Professor. Doses of 5 kilometers walking, is this similar to prescription of 150 minutes of moderate intensity?
No, because for most of people, walking is not a moderate intensity exercise. To be a moderate intensity exercise, we must be at 4 METs. Okay.
Yes,
walking.
I understand
walking
that. Yes.
is 3.3 METs. So
yes.
I didn't understand your question.
Actually, do we have positive effects of walking at lower intensity to our health?
Yes, every minute counts. For example, WHO launched this week. It's on public consultation on WHO website, the new guidelines for children, adolescents, adults, and other adults. One of the major changes from the 2010, and we don't need at least 10 minutes to have a benefit. So we have a new message. All minutes count, okay? And we already know that light intensity exercise already have multiple benefits for health, specifically for non-communicable diseases, for both metabolic and cardiovascular diseases.
Actually, all minute counts and also low intensity minutes.
Yes, it's a new message that WHO has for the population.
Okay, that's great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor, again. And if you don't have any question, I think we don't have any.
See you next year in Dubrovnik.
See you next year in Dubrovnik.
Can I ask a question?
Hey, we have.
Yes, of course.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, Professor, that was a great presentation.
Thank you.
In the beginning of your presentation, you showed at least a ranking of the countries that are not so active.
Yeah.
And actually, one of those countries is my country too, is Greece. So
I know that.
I see. Yeah, I'm sure about
that. We are together.
Yeah. That's south, isn't it? So
Mediterranean countries.
Yeah. So my question is that I see that we have the results here. We know that light aerobic activity is good for health and for people. My point and my question is, how can we motivate older people to go out and walk? And I think that's the most crucial question here, because we know that this is good for them. But what can we do about them? How can we motivate them?
I'm going to talk about my personal experience with my patients in my primary healthcare center. You notice that we built a flyer with the calories. It's very important to the people to know how many calories they will expend, because they can do body weight control. People have the idea that walking is a very demanding from the caloric point of view, and it's not true. Walking 1 hour, it's just 300 calories. So they can do a balance when choosing things to eat.
Yeah.
When I eat a yogurt or an ice cream, most of the ice creams, they have the label with the calories. So we can do health and physical activity literacy, health literacy with people. See, if you walk 1 hour at our city park, if you have 50 kilos, you will only burn 250 calories. This is much less than the ice cream that you are eating every day, or the cake, or the sweet. So my patients are more motivated if they know how many calories they are burning when walking around the city park.
All right. So the point here is that they also know that they won't spend much energy anyway. It's not so tiring going out and walk at the same time.
It's true. They have to walk more. Losing weight for most of our patients, everybody knows the truth. Most of the patients, they don't exercise specifically for preventing disease, because when I'm healthy, having a disease is a very thing that is very far away. So people that don't have diseases, they have a common interest. Everybody has a problem with weight. Weight is one of one of the motives why healthy people exercise, or to lose weight, or to not gain weight, to maintain a healthy weight. So we can introduce the literacy on calories.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
This is my personal experience. Okay, my personal experience.
All right. Thank you.
And this prescription we can give to a wide range of persons.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Healthy, not healthy, preventing disease or treating disease. Physical activity is very powerful.
Yeah.
I believe that most of people, especially over the age of 60, don't really care about their health in terms of, they don't really believe that exercise will help them be healthier, be fitter. And I think that's the problem. When you give numeric examples, like the professor says here, you give them a proof that you see.
It's true.
Yeah, there's a proof here. You improve your health. And I think that's the point. Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, the benefit is going to be very abstract. It's very abstract, the benefit. Yeah. If they know how many calories they burn, for most of them, this is a motive to exercise more.
This is a goal for them.
Yes,
yeah.
A goal.
Yeah.
It's the carrot. It's the carrot.
And I believe that people who have pets like dogs and they have to take them out for a walk are more active, I guess, than
Yeah.
There are many studies.
There are many studies about that. Yeah.
Yes,
walking the dog. Yeah, it's good for health. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you next year.
See you next year. At the end, I would like to thank again all